Hey, have you ever noticed how time seems to fly by when we're retired? It just seems like it's just speeding up. Like instead of slowing down, which I thought it was going to do, it just seems to be going by really fast. And it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that I was working and I was in my 20s, and then all of a sudden now I'm 70, and how that just was a blur. So today I want to talk about the three stages in life and how time seems to have flown by. And so I just want you to hang around. I'm Glenn, and welcome to my channel. And yes, I'm retired and I'm a part-time cartoonist. So you may see some cartoons at the end of each episode. So hang around for those. Anyways, just getting back to the stages. I want to start off with school. Like it. Remember back to when we were in school, and it seemed like we hated it. We didn't want to be there. Didn't matter what age we were. I think it probably got better when we got older. Maybe got into high school. We realized that time was running out there. But when we were a kid and we were in school, we didn't want to be there. We didn't want to get up in the morning. We didn't want to go to school. We couldn't, when we were there, we couldn't wait for recess. And recess was never long enough. And we had so much fun at recess. And in lunchtime, I was fortunate that I could go home. But a lot of kids, and later in life when I was at a different school, you had to eat there. And so it was a time that you had a break and you could hang out with your friends. But the biggest thing that was most exciting time-wise when I was in school was summer holidays. We could never wait for the summer holidays to come, and it was just always a great time. And so that was great. And then you get into the second stage of life, and that's those working years. And yeah, it just seems like you had to work forever. You had to, sometimes it took quite a while to get the right kind of job, whether you went to university or, in my case, I tried a few different jobs. I was working some shift work for a while in a bakery, and then I ended up getting a job in customs with law enforcement, and so I had a good job, but I was shift worker again. I was shift working, and that part I felt was time wise took away from a lot of the family time, where I could have been doing a lot more with my family if I wasn't bringing in the check, which is what you have to do. But overall, happy with my job, but it just seemed like it went on forever. And shift work is like that, and you never sleep properly. And they say that you lose a certain number of years. I lost hair. I think I lost hair over that. And so, but even at work, you couldn't wait for coffee breaks. If you had a chance to be able to sit down and have a coffee break with your buddies or with coworkers, and even lunch. In my job, I didn't get a lot of lunch breaks. You had to make it work when you weren't busy. But the holidays were the best. Waiting for the holidays, but the key, there was never enough holidays. It seemed like that you maybe got a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and maybe more as you're around longer, but it just seemed like it was never enough. And so then we come into that period of time then when we get done those working years and we get into retirement, and then it's kind of like, yeah, vacation time. You can do whatever you want. And it kind of sort of, the brakes sort of hit, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, I've got all the time in the world and I don't know what to do with it. And the first little while it's kind of like vacation period, like you're running around doing all kinds of fun stuff, and it just it just seems like it was yesterday that I was 40, and then all of a sudden overnight you're 70. And so you have to look at it not in a negative way, but in a positive way, and be thankful that now this is what you worked for. You work for the retirement. Now you can sleep in if you want. If you're one of those, I'm a sleep in kind of person, but some people wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Never been able to do that. I'm more of a late night person. So if I want to stay up late and watch TV or sports or whatever, I can do that. And I don't have to worry about getting up in the morning to go to work. And that part's kind of nice. Or you don't have to worry about, what am I going to make for lunch? Or what am I going to wear to work? You don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. That's easy. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to apply to have holidays or take a day off or shift change with somebody, because you don't need to do that anymore because you're retired. And this is what we've been working for, was to get to that point. So take time. If you've never been a reader, maybe start reading. Get out and walk. Exercise is huge for us. We want to be around a while, and so you want to get out there and get in shape. If you want to take a coffee break and go meet somebody for coffee, you can do that now. You don't have to worry about fitting it into your schedule or waiting for a day off. And so, yeah, the time seems to be moving slower, but it's not really that bad. So let's get out there. Let's do some stuff. Get out and visit some people and hang out with some people and maybe do some traveling and yeah, enjoy life a little bit rather than complaining about, oh, I'm at the end of my life and time's running out, whatever. Take advantage of this and get out and do some stuff and travel and go to sporting events and visit with people and go for some walks and enjoy your time now. And I think that's the key to where we're at this phase of our life. So let me know if you feel that time is moving by really fast for you. And if so, kind of what sort of things that you're doing to help your retirement time and to fill in that time. So put that down in the comments below. And otherwise, we'll see you next time. And hey, smile at somebody today. See you around.